So, January was a shit month. It just really was. It was a bad month for movies. It's a pretty bad month for TV shows, and it was definitely a bad month for gaming. We really didn't have anything that was high quality or anything close to what we had gotten last year, especially at the end of last year, because 2023 was a banger. But February looks to be the start of what hopefully will be a pretty decent year. There's a lot of good stuff, or at least interesting stuff, that I'm looking forward to this coming month in February. And I've made a list of all the movies that are coming out, all the TV shows, all the games, most of which are just the ones that I'm really excited for. This isn't everything that's coming out, because it would take like an hour to literally break down every last thing. But these are the things that I'm looking forward to, or things that I think are mainstream enough that everybody else might be looking forward to. So you know how these types of videos work. I'm just going to get right into it. We're going to go through everything. First, I'm going to start out with movies. These are all the films that I'm going to be seeing and reviewing on this channel, because that's mainly what I do. I watch movies. First up is Argylle. This is the brand new film directed by Matthew Vaughn. It comes out literally like tomorrow. I'm seeing it tonight. This looks like to be another spy thriller from Matthew Vaughn, the same guy that did the Kingsman films. He makes a lot of these action-packed spy-like thrillers. It stars Sam Rockwell and Bryce Dallas Howard. Henry Cavill's also in it, and he looks to be playing like a weird James Bondy type. I don't know, it looks okay to me. I'm hoping for more Kingsman type stuff, even though a lot of the Kingsman films have been really hit or miss for me. There's a lot of good stuff in them that I'm hoping maybe could be resignated here and like beat something cool and special, but I don't know. I see the reviews for this one are pretty mixed, but you know what, since I'm seeing it literally in like 4 hours, I will save my opinion for that. You'll see a review on this channel for Argylle tomorrow. The next week we have Madame Web. Now this is a movie that like I'm excited for, but kind of for more funny reasons. I'm excited for it because I think it's going to be really bad, and I think I'm going to be able to make fun of it on this YouTube channel. Maybe that's a terrible reason to be excited for a movie, but that's where we're at. Now, Sony's a weird company when it comes to their Spider-Man properties. Like, on the one hand, they've made one of the, if not the greatest superhero movie of all time in Across the Spider-Verse, and have this amazing animated trilogy of films that's about to be made that is just so spectacular. But on the other hand, they made Morbius, and they made a couple of mediocre Venom movies, and now we have this Madame Web movie that looks like a disaster. Madame Web is a character that probably should have never gotten a film. She's this weird character that can, like, peer into every universe and see into the future, and she's just such a weird character that I'm not sure entirely works or fits in her own movie. We have a bunch of other people in this movie, like Isabella Merced and Sydney Sweeney, who are playing different, like, versions of different Spider-Women, and you have some weird villain who's, like, an evil Spider-Man, and there's rumors that you might get a Tobey Maguire or an Andrew Garfield cameo thrown in, and honestly, I don't care anymore. This is the first comic book movie of the year, and a year that's not going to have a lot of comic book movies. Thank God. But yet again, this is probably not going to be a very good one. So, not a great start to the year for comic book films. More than likely, maybe it'll surprise me. Maybe Madame Web will be like an amazing movie. I mean, stranger things have happened. We also have Lisa Frankenstein. Now, this stars Katherine Newton and Cole Sprouse. It looks like a weird, fun, you know, Valentine's Day rom-com. It kind of flips the story of Frankenstein on its head and tells it in a more satirical and comedic way. The trailer for this movie really hooked me. I thought it was fun. It was a little raunchy. It was kind of my type of thing. Now, does that mean this movie's going to be amazing? No, not by any means, but it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. I think Katherine Newton's great. I think she gets a lot of shit because she was in a really bad Ant-Man movie, and I don't put the blame on that movie on the actors, of course. Obviously, it's not their fault. It's the studio's fault because Disney sucks. So I'm excited to see her get like a nice leading role in something that's different, and this looks like a movie that I'm probably going to end up enjoying. But we'll see. Coming out that same day is probably my most anticipated movie of the month. We have One Love, the Bob Marley story, and this looks fucking incredible. The trailers for this movie have absolutely sold me on it, and I am so excited to see this. I'm a big fan of these biopics that follow musical, like, stars. Like, I've pretty much liked just about all of them that I've seen, from Straight Outta Compton, which covered the NWA, to Bohemian Rhapsody I really love. Even the newest Elvis movie I thought was great, and Bob Marley is such an amazing figure in the music scene, and it's really an amazing story here, and this is a movie that just looks so huge and incredible. And Kingsley Ben-Adir, I mean, like, I've been following this guy for a couple years now, waiting for him to really break out. I thought he was amazing in Secret Invasion. He had a really small but amazing role in Barbie, and he looks absolutely stunning in this movie. Like, this is clearly going to be in the conversation for the Oscar next year, a full 365 days from now. But still, like, he looks so spectacular in this film, and I'm just so excited to see if it lives up to how amazing that trailer is. And we also have Drive Away Dolls, the brand new film from Ethan Coen, who's one half of the Coen brothers. By default, he's 50% of one of the greatest filmmaking duos ever. And since they've split apart the Coen brothers, they've had some varying degrees of success in their filmmaking, but this is a movie that I am excited for. I've seen parts of the trailer. I know Margaret Qualley's in the film, who I really, really like. Besides that, I don't know much about it. I've heard it's really good. I've heard that people that have seen it have really liked it. And I am excited for it mainly because Ethan Coen's name is on it, and he's a filmmaker that I trust. And that's how it usually works with me personally when it comes to movie making. If somebody who I trust, if their name is on it, I don't really care what the movie's about. I'm excited to see it. And last but not least is Out of Darkness. This is a movie I had no idea existed till about a week ago. I saw a trailer randomly for this movie, and it blew my fucking mind. This movie looks like the weirdest but most amazing horror movie ever. The trailer kind of starts off, it looks like a generic weird thing. It's kind of like this prehistoric survival movie. These people that are living thousands of years in the past are being hunted by some sort of benevolent force, whether it's aliens or monsters or demons or ghosts, I don't know, but they're being hunted by something, and the trailer really starts off looking like a generic version of that. It kind of looked like that weird new Predator reboot that came out, but as the trailer goes on, this thing looks like Robert Eggers' level of immersion when it comes to setting the film in its time. Everything feels so organic and so realistic. It looks like they used a lot of natural lighting. The things just look so amazing. They're speaking the language of the times. Unless it's made up, it might just be a made-up language, but either way, they're speaking a different language. It just looks so Robert Eggers-y, but then has these horror elements, and I've described it on this channel already as Robert Eggers meets M. Night Shyamalan. It seems like it's got this weird twisty story with like a mystery, like a typical horror mystery that will have a big twist, like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and that is a combination that I am excited for, and this trailer completely sold me on it. I am very, very excited to see this. I'm seeing it in a couple weeks, and when I see it, I will be talking about it here. This is a movie that immediately after watching one trailer flew up my board of movies that I'm anticipating to see this year. Like, in general, it would be one of my most anticipated movies of the year if I had to make a list for it right now. It looks absolutely incredible, and I'm excited to see it. But that's all the movies that I, can remember. I'm sure there's more. There's a couple movies from last year that I know are getting limited releases, like The Taste of Things and E.O. Capitano, so I'll try to go see those. But besides that, yeah, pretty much all the movies that I can think of at the moment. But there are some TV series that I'm looking forward to this month. This is probably the biggest month for TV we're gonna have all year. This month is absolutely insane. First up, we have more True Detective. We only got 3 episodes, I think, so far, and the show's been really, really good so far. It's been scary, which is kind of different for True Detective. I mean, all the seasons have, like, weird, kind of gothic horror vibes to it, but this one is really leaning into it, and it seems like there might be a supernatural element to it. I'm still not completely sold on that. I feel like that would be a very big swing to take True Detective, which is called True Detective, and throw in supernatural elements. I feel like that would be a very big switch up, but maybe that's what they're doing, and I don't know. I like it so far a lot. Jodie Foster is great. The show's got a great energy to it, a great tone, and I'm excited to see what's next from it. We also have Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Donald Glover starring. I don't know anything about this. I saw pieces of the trailer, but I know a lot of people are excited about it. And because Donald Glover's involved, and I think he is phenomenal, I will probably, maybe, potentially check it out. Abbott Elementary is also coming back this month. I absolutely love this show. I think it's one of the best sitcoms on TV right now. I think it's hilarious. I binge-watched the first 2 seasons in like a week a few months ago, and yeah, I'm so sold on season 3, and I'm ready for it to come back. I'm going to enjoy watching this weekly. And then we got the big one, The Last Airbender, baby. It's about damn time. This looks so damn good. I'm so freaking excited for this. You have no idea how excited I am for this. I have been begging them to make a live action version of this for years and years and years, and everybody's like, oh, they made one all those years ago, the movie, and I said, no, that doesn't count, and everybody's like, no, it does count, and because that sucked, that means all live action adaptations of Avatar will suck, and I'm like, no! M. Night Shyamalan directed that, and he's a stinky director sometimes. Other times he's great, but sometimes he's stinky. That was one of the times. He was a very, very stinky bastard. But this looks great. It seems so true and so honest when it comes to actually depicting the original events of the series and adapting it. It looks like the truest adaptation we could have ever hoped for. The CGI looks great. The bending looks great. The characters look like the characters from the show. They sound like the characters from the show. The music is amazing. This looks fantastic, and I pray that it ends up being as good as I want it to be, because it looks so good. Another show that I'm just excited for, that I've been waiting years for, is The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live. I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. I've watched every season of every show. I've loved every second of it. And yeah, we have this one coming out, and you might be asking, if you're somebody that doesn't watch The Walking Dead, what's so special about this? Well, in the regular Walking Dead show, this guy, Rick Grimes, who's the main character of the whole series, got written off in Season 9, and he got flown away in a helicopter, never to be seen again. Had no idea where he went. And we were promised, like 6 years ago, that we'd be seeing movies or a TV series or something explaining where he went and kind of putting a close to his story. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited so long as it kept getting delayed, but finally it's here. The TV series that is going to tell us the final chapter in the story of Rick Grimes, the main character of The Walking Dead. We also have Michonne, who's back, and she's great as well. And this is going to be an epic, amazing show, and the trailer looks so good, and I am so frickin' down for this, you have no idea. Last but not least, a bonus one, this weird show that's coming out on Hulu called Shogun. It looks like a great, feudal Japan story, something that we don't get a lot of TV shows about, at least in the live action. We get a lot of animes about it. Something like Blue Eye Samurai was something that came out recently that I really enjoyed, that kind of depicted that time. This seems to be a live action version of something like that, and the trailers look epic and huge and big, and I will be watching it. I'm very excited for this one. Now we'll get to some games. There's a couple games that I'm really looking forward to this month, a couple games that I'm very skeptical about, so let's break them all down. First up is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I am buying this game tomorrow. I'm going to try to play it for you guys on this channel, do kind of like a playthrough. Listen, it's getting shammed by reviewers. It's getting killed by reviewers right now. I was somebody who's very skeptical about this game from the start, just because it looked very, live servicey. It looked like, a weird, just generic third-person shooter. It just didn't really look like something I'd be super excited about, but at the same time, it's Rocksteady, who have made, my favorite games of all time, the Arkham Trilogy, which is literally a life-changing game for me, all three of them. So I was so excited for this game. I've been excited for it for so long. It's been almost 10 years since Rocksteady's released a game. And I'm going to go into this with an open mind. But God, man, those reviews, they are pretty bad. Also, Helldivers 2 is coming out. I know a lot of people are excited about this. I don't know. It looks like a boring live-action game, a live service game to me. Probably not my cup of tea, but maybe it's yours. Then we have Persona 3 Reloaded. Now, I have never played any of the Persona games, but I really want to. There's something I want to get into, and this is probably the one that I'm going to start out with if I find the time. Right now, gaming-wise, I feel like my whole schedule for gaming, because I don't have a lot of time to game in general, because I'm watching movies, I'm making movies, I'm doing all this shit. So I have a very tight schedule for gaming, and it's kind of filled up right now for at least the next few months, but I do want to get around to this game eventually, because I've heard Persona 3 is amazing, and now this is the preferred way to play it. It's the best and ultimate way to play this game, so I want to check it out eventually, but it is coming out this month. Skull and Bones is also coming out. I remember hearing about this game like 8 years ago, and it was just like a weird spin-off expansion to Assassin's Creed 4, which came out like a decade ago, and finally this weird, now live servicey pirate game is coming out, and it looks terrible. So yeah, I won't be playing it. And last, but certainly not least, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, I gotta be honest, I am just getting into Final Fantasy right now. I've never played any of them until about 5 months ago. I played Final Fantasy 16. I loved it. I'm currently 20 hours into Final Fantasy VII Remake. I absolutely love it. I have plans to do a lot of stuff involving Final Fantasy on this channel throughout the year, so stay tuned to that if you're Final Fantasy fans, because I really want to get myself really into the series, but I'm very excited for this game, mainly because I'm in the middle of playing the remake, and this is the sequel to the remake. It's part 2, so I'm excited to finish the remake and jump right into this at the end of this month. It looks great. It looks amazing. I never played the original one, so I don't have nostalgic feelings towards the story or anything like that. But I'm excited to play it, and I know a lot of other people are excited to play it. A lot of people are ranking this as like the #1 game, most anticipated game of the year. So yeah, it's going to be great. I think it's open world, which is different from the remake I'm playing right now, and more similar to 16, which was sort of open world. And it looks to kind of just expand the original game. Yeah, I'm excited. That's pretty much all I got for you. That's everything that I see this month coming out in February. You know, everything that I'm excited for, everything I'm trying to look to consume. Expect reviews for most of this stuff. At least all of the movies, most of the TV, and a couple of the games probably. I'm gonna try to make content on all this stuff all month. A lot of exciting stuff coming to this channel, so stay tuned for that. I did just wrap up filming a short film of my own. I'm also gonna be filming another short film probably later this month, so I'm trying to be active, guys. But you gotta make sure, subscribe right here, turn on notifications. I'm uploading every day. I'm a great YouTuber, I promise. Yeah, please make sure to subscribe, do all that stuff, like this video, let me know what you guys think below. Make sure to click the video that's on your screen right now, and I will see you in the next video.